What's going on, champs and champions? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I'll be telling you everything you should know about the upcoming Fortnite update v22.20, aka the big Fortnitemares update for this year, and we'll be going through all the bits of information regarding Fortnitemare specific stuff, non-Fortnitemare specific stuff, and everything in between. But firstly, I kind of want to ramble on at the very beginning, talking about while I was setting up this recording, right? It just felt like a whole entire war zone, because I was AFK on that roof, right? And everywhere around me, I just hear tons of gunshots everywhere, so it's nice to see that I'm able to come back and to still get some eliminations and not everyone is dead, because I felt like there was a fully blown war 50v50 going on right below me while setting everything up. Anyways, with that said, I guess the best way to start off today's YouTube video, talking about the bug fixes and all those changes, is by talking about the fact that, yeah, this update is going to be the big Fortnitemares update. So with every Fortnitemares event, you can expect to see some new challenges with some free rewards, which have already been leaked before. Not the free rewards, but the fact that we are going to be getting challenges, and you should be able to get some free XP rewards along with some free items on top of it, but also you should be expecting some Halloween themed skins, some brand new variants for some Halloween skins, and more. And of course, one thing that has been leaked before regarding the upcoming Fortnitemares event is Horde Rush returning with a unique twist. So yeah, I'm sorry if that felt like, a real quick breeze through some topics, but let's dive into the Horde Rush bit. Let's start slowing down now that I got, the small little bits and pieces out of the way right away, and talk about Horde Rush. Recently, we've been getting tons of updates regarding Horde Rush, and the biggest update we got about it was the fact that there's going to be Horde Rush specific challenges returning for Horde Rush this time around, but on top of that, they're working on a brand new zero build version that will go under a completely different ID, which means that there are two different opportunities that could happen here, or I guess technically three. There's the first one where everything goes and, is played like normal, we just get normal Horde Rush back and we don't get a zero build version. There's option number two where we do get zero build Horde Rush, and that is just the Horde Rush for this year. You won't have any of those like traps or anything. You're just kind of stuck without being able to build it. You'll just have the weapons and that type of stuff, but you still have to navigate your way through all the different zombies and everything without dying, and of course with the caretaker and stuff, that could prove as an extra challenge. And then the final option that Epic Games could do, which hasn't been confirmed as of yet, is the opportunity for you to select between the two different versions of Horde Rush. Think about it like this: if you want a specific challenge, right, you want to make yourself have a little bit of an extra bonus challenge, you could go ahead and play zero build Horde Rush, or you can go ahead and switch between, normal Horde Rush. The only reason I have this theory is because of the fact that while these have been worked on before, we do know that Epic Games has the whole playlist selector set thing set up, so if you want to play zero build, you can select between the different modes from the single playlist icon, and if you want to play building enable, you can select between the different squad sizes and everything from that building icon, or I guess, that icon in general. So they could do a super similar thing here for Horde Rush and have both of these as options that you'll be able to select depending on what you really want to do at any given time. I think that would be the best option here, and it would make for the most enjoyable experience, because let's face it, some people would like to use zero build, but some people would like to just play normal Horde Rush as they remember it, and have building enabled with, like the campfire traps or whatever else, so that they're still getting, the full effect. So let me know in the comments down below, what do you think Epic Games should do? Should they just do zero build? Should they do both modes? Should they put them in like a selector together? I think selector is the best option, and they have done a selector before for stuff like imposters, which only had voice enabled and voice disabled, so I highly expect them to maybe, do something good like that. Other than that, though, we really don't know much about Horde Rush. Not Horde Rush, but Fortnitemares. We just know it's going to be happening. There's going to be free rewards, including XP, and Horde Rush will be returning with a new mode. But other than that, the only real gimmick we've really thought of or whatever has been chrome zombies, as we've seen in the crew pack, loading screen for this season. And, of course, the whole entire theme of that weird, vaporwave wolf-looking character from the actual trailer. So I assume we'll learn more about that character since, it's the star of Fortnitemares this time around, and we'll just learn more about how unique Fortnitemares is going to be this time around as we get the update tomorrow, as we start getting trailers or whatever else. So we just got to stay tuned for that bit of information, as right now it's just kind of a, we don't know, right? So with that said, another thing we got to mention is that Black Adam is going to be releasing in the item shop on the 20th, so if you want to enjoy Fortnitemares and you also want to enjoy some collaborations, you have that to look forward to. I know Black Adam's already been leaked, we've already talked about the emote and everything about it, but yeah, you'll be able to actually pick up those those cosmetics in the item shop on the 20th. Now, I don't know if that means, like the item shop after the 20th, because, sometimes time zones are different, so I would say anywhere between the 19th to 21st is the days you should keep your eyes looking out for Black Adam, but I highly suspect it to be the 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We are also going to see some potential weapon unvaults during this, because currently in the game files, there's some code that references 2 different items being unvaulted for Chapter 3, Season 4, aka the one we're currently in. Now, in the files, they call it Season 22, because of the fact that that is currently the season that, we're a part of right now, so just keep that in mind. And those 2 weapons are going to be the Anvil Launcher, which is going to have a mythic version releasing as well, and the Charged Shotgun. So we're going to be seeing both these items return, maybe not this next upcoming update, but sometime in the very near future, which is nice to see, right? It's kind of exciting to see that they're going to bring back some older weapons, and honestly, it's been a long time since anyone's used the Charged Shotgun, and we have a lot of shotguns in the loot pool right now, so it could be interesting to see how that one mixes it up and see which pro players go for one shotgun versus the other, and, if anyone really ends up using the Charged Shotgun. I know it wasn't one of the shotguns I really preferred using all too much, just because I couldn't really understand the whole mechanic of charging it down, but of course, that's just me being dumb, and I might be able to at least learn it once it re-returns in the very near future. We also, of course, know that there's going to be new weekly challenges and all that type of stuff, and potentially a new milestone being enabled, because with this update that added the goo gun to the game, they had a brand new milestone that was basically just, destroy structures with the goo gun, so we might be able to see that milestone enabled, allowing people to get some more free XP, but other than that, it's just kind of like, the generic, oh, hey, there's new challenges coming to the game. And then, one thing I do want to mention since we're on the topic of challenges is just a personal little rant about everything. We do know that, Paradise challenges are something that people enjoy, right? The Paradise voice-acted questline is something we had for the first update of the game, and they were part 1, and then nothing ever happened after that, right? They got deactivated, there has been no Paradise quest this entire time for this current update. Now, while I am kind of, concerned regarding how that's going on, and if we will get more, I highly suspect that we will. The reason why is because in part 1, there was a whole entire little bit of like a gimmick or whatever, a side storyline going on regarding the characters of the Paradise voice-acted questline laying low for a while. And then I assume that, since they're going to be laying low, later on this season, we are going to be getting, part 2, part 3, or whatever else, the future parts, that give us more details on what's been going on, how it progresses, and how this relates to the Nothing and the Herald over at the Herald Sanctuary. So I highly expect more Paradise voice-acted quests to come in the future. I just think right now they're trying to play into the lore and, have a little bit of a break from those because of the fact that, the characters are supposed to be laying low and not here every single week being like, new questline, I need you to pick up this item from this specific location 3 times. And then finally, we have some bug fixes to talk about. Regarding Battle Royale, there's 4 bugs that'll be fixed, Creative has 3 bugs, and then Mobile, aka Android, has 1 bug, and then everywhere else is kind of, just normal, right? There's no other bugs really going on that'll be fixed, at least not for this update. So if you play Save the World, sorry, there isn't really any updates for you guys, but for Battle Royale, the main bug fixes is that the use a porta-bunker challenge sometimes didn't count, right? Whenever you use the porta-bunker, sometimes it wouldn't count for the challenge. They're going to be fixing that so that challenge works properly in the next update. They're going to be finally fixing the issue where the reboot card will sink if the player gets eliminated in water, so you don't have to worry about your reboot card just flowing away, being terrible and just like, being unavailable for you to use in order to revive your teammates. You'll be able to once again grab those out of the water and use them like normal, which is kind of funny because when I mentioned this was a bug, a lot of people thought it was actually intentional, right? They thought this was an intentional thing that Epic Games had just implemented because, water is water, but nope, according to Epic Games themselves, this is a bug that is going to be fixed, so you will be able to have an easier time trying to grab the reboot cards. The third thing that'll be fixed is an issue where on consoles, if you were trying to rotate cosmetics in your locker, it would switch to the next item in the menu, right? It would just navigate around your menu, and it would basically make it like impossible almost to, rotate around in your locker and see what a certain cosmetic looks like, what a back bling or anything like that. They're luckily going to be fixing that next update, so for anyone who's had difficulties with this, which I've seen a lot of complaints about, you'll finally be able to rotate stuff in your locker just like you were in previous updates. And then the final Battle Royale bug fix is that players in competitive matches were unable to see the evolution of the Evo Chrome weapon. So you know how whenever you have a weapon in the bottom right by the weapon's name, there's a bar telling you how close you are to the next evolution? There is a glitch only in competitive that made it so that would not show up. That'll be fixed, so once again you'll be able to progress those and see the progress without having to just take a wild guess based on how much damage you've done. Now for creative mode, there's going to be some, simplistic fixes here. One of the fixes is that glass galleries were not showing their placement when trying to copy them and cut them and place them in other places on your island. That'll be fixed so you can use glass galleries like normal. There was an issue with the phone tool disappearing when a person respawns in creative. That'll be fixed. And then the last bug fix for creative is an issue where menu options on some devices would not open after exiting to go back to the hub and then going back to your island. So you'll be able to basically just, mess with those devices and everything without having to restart your game just because you accidentally went to the hub for a quick second or anything like that. And then finally, for mobile, on Android in the next update, water will be fixed where it will no longer look like it's floating above the ground. So water will just visually look normal on mobile again, whereas right now, water sometimes looks like it's just floating in the air, and it kind of makes for some weird, like effects, right? It just makes it look like, why is the water here? I mean, there's really no other way to explain this. This spot is just contemplating life. They're just like, huh, what am I doing here? Why am I a bot? I don't know. But yeah, that's basically the majority of the bug fixes, just one for mobile, which is related to how water visually looks. And with that said, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope this video was able to inform you and get you hyped up for the next game update. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about, like, oh, there's a rumor that this thing will happen or this thing, because when it comes to stuff like Ghostface or that type of stuff, it's just mainly people hoping for it to happen, and nothing's confirmed as of right now. So for anyone curious if I have any insider leaks or anything about collaborations, I do not have any insider leaks about collaborations as of yet, and I doubt I really will, so I just want to point that out there before anyone even tries asking in the comments down below. And with that said, hope you champs and chambits have a wonderful rest of your day. If you enjoyed today's video, consider checking out Fire Monkey Plus, where I have a Let's Play series going on The Binding of Isaac and Slime Rancher. It's just like hour-long videos that you can watch, put them in the background or whatever, if you just like my voice or you want to just watch me play another video game. And with that said, I'll see you champs and champits next time. Peace out.